Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jamaluddin Jami, the acting Sergeant at Arms and presiding officer of today's meeting. I'd like to have the honor to welcome you all to our 29th educational meeting of Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters Club. I would like to begin by starting the mission of Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Dear members and guests, for your information, this meeting will be recorded and later on will be used in different purposes. Should you not wish to be included, please turn off your webcam. Although we encourage to show your beautiful smiling faces, sometimes hand gesture, and also your facial expressions to encourage our member after their performance as a role taker or a speaker, whatever it is, we should encourage, we should request you to encourage our role takers and speakers, evaluators to perform better and come here again and again by giving your reaction and respond. But we respect your choice. Please don't unmute your microphone until you have a turn to speak. As a presiding officer, this is also my responsibility to introduce our guest, and today we are lucky we do have one guest. I would like to request our guest Fahimuddin to introduce himself. Our guest Fahim. Fahim, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. With that, I would like to request and invite the expected person of today's meeting, and he is none other than the host of today's meeting, the master of the ceremony, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, a motivational speaker, YouTuber, business coach, success coach, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, to take the meeting to forward. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, for your wonderful description about the meeting and wonderful description. After the test series against Zimbabwe and one against New Zealand, he missed the series against Pakistan in January 2002 as he was suffering from a back injury. While recovering, he suffered a knee injury while skipping and required an operation. He did not return to international cricket until the 2003 World Cup in South Africa during 2003. Bangladesh failed to progress past the round robin stage and he played into 2 matches collecting 2 wickets at an average of 38.00. In October and November 2003, England toured Bangladesh for 2 tests and 3 ODIs. In the second test, he took what at the time was his best test figures of 4 on 60 before succumbing to injury, collapsing with a twisted knee after delivering the ball. Despite challenging England in the series, Bangladesh lost 2-0. He finished the series with 8 wickets at an average 21.25. As a result, he has again out of international cricket. This time for over a year, injuries in the first 3 years of his international career saw he will not play again, and he just played 12 tests and not more than 4 in a row. In July 2009, Bangladesh toured the West Indies. His captaincy was up to a winning start in his first test in charge when Bangladesh beat the West Indies. However, he injured his knee and was unable to take to the field on the final day, leaving Saqib Al Hasan to assume the captaincy and lead the team to a historical win. It was their first against the West Indies, their first overseas test victory, and only their second test win. Do you know who is that guy? He is the highest 9-wicket partnership for Bangladesh. He did that 77 with Shahadat Hussain versus India on 28th May 2007. He has highest batting strike rate of Bangladesh players facing 1000 balls or more, 67.20. Highest 19 wicket partnership for Bangladesh, and he is very successful former captain of Bangladesh, who is Mashrafi bin Mortuja. Always he believed he has to perform his best. Now as a politician he is trying to give his best, and always he has a motive. The best version of you or best version of me is waiting for me to try. Am I ready? For this motivation, we choose a meeting theme, and our meeting theme is best version of you is waiting for you to try. Are you ready? So a big round of applause for our meeting theme. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How are you all? I'm Mohammad Sheikh Sadi and I am Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization. It's working in 143 countries, 16,800 clubs, and 358,000 members all over the world on public speaking and leadership skills. We have 3 sessions in our meeting of Bangladesh Your Toastmasters Club. In our first session, prepared speakers will deliver their speech depend on their pathways, level, and project. In our second session, Table Topic Master will come to this platform and bring some brave souls from all of you and give them impromptu speech, and they will deliver their speech depend on their impromptu speech as a table topic speaker. And our last session, in this session, General Evaluator will come to this session with timer, counter, evaluator. And in this session, General Evaluator will evaluate all of public speakers and our all of prepared speakers and table topic speakers, and timer, counter, and grammar will deliver their report. Trust on me, this is the session of Bangladesh Your Toastmaster Club where you can reach yourself to advanced level with public speaking and leadership skill, and at last you will get the general evaluation from general evaluator and all of evaluators. For taking this meeting to next level, I am going to invite someone who will bring this meeting to advanced level with his evaluation skill and efficiency. He is a expert trainer, consultant specialized in training on communication skills, business English, phonetics and phonology, presentation skill, soft skill, professional etiquette, and customer service. He has spoken in different seminars and workshops all across Bangladesh and in front of at least 50,000 plus people. He is successful public speaker and he is champion speaker from Bangladesh Your Toastmasters Club. With a big round of applause, please welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, for a wonderful introduction of me. Thank you. I'm really overwhelmed. The purpose of General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I'll take notes on everything that happens and that doesn't happen. I'll evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look forward to good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. So this is a vast task and I cannot do it alone. to perform this, I do have a team. First of all, I would like to call upon the grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster MD Tarek Khan, to explain his role as the grammarian and introduce the word of the day. Toastmaster Tarek Khan, he is Assistant Director of University of Asia Pacific, and he is also a life coach. Toastmaster Tarek Khan. Toastmaster Tarek Khan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm, but I don't hear you maybe due to the network problem. Can you repeat it again?
To introduce,
I will say the Korean script.
please, grammarian, introduce word of the day and explain your role as a grammarian, please.
Yeah. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and guests, as a grammarian, it is responsibility to close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language uses. I will take notes of improper language use as well as outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my responsibility to introduce word of the day. For this meter, word of the day is premonition. Premonition, premonition, which means intuition, hunch, or sixth sense. An example of the word is in a particular event or situation, an expert's premonition can more accurate than general people's premonition. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report based when called upon during the meeting and report the word of the day today. Thank you, dear Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian, for your wonderful explanation and introducing word of the day. Would you please just write down the word of the day with the meaning in our chat box so that all the speakers and the participants can see that and use that while speaking. Thank you very much. Now it's time to call upon very important person of the meeting, the accounter, to introduce his role as an accounter. I would like to invite Toastmaster Sri Taposh Chandra De to introduce his role as an accounter. Sri Taposh Chandra De.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Thank you. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guest, good evening to all. It's glad to say that I'm playing this role for the second time. By the way, as an accountant of today's meeting, I will be listening and keep track of unneeded fillers and long pause used by different speakers. I will submit the report end of the meeting or whenever called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sri Taposh Chandra De, for your wonderful explanation as an accountant. In our daily circumstances, we often do not have the luxury to speak, however, as long as we want. In Toastmasters meeting, we do have a person who always counts the timing report with card and other things so that we can practice the best practice in the world to keep a track of our timing while speaking. So this is the time to invite the timer of today's meeting, and she is the VP membership of Bangladesh Youth Toastmaster Club as well as VP Education Elect for the next year. Toastmaster Mezabin Nusrat, the change maker, to explain her role as a timer of today's meeting.
Thank you, Sir General Evaluator. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished guest, a very warm welcome to Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters Club meeting. As timer, today's role is to keep count on your times, exactly how many minutes and how many seconds you invest in developing yourself. And at the end of this meeting, I'll definitely present my reports. But now the question comes, Our prepared speakers are allotted to speak for minimum of 5 minutes and maximum of 7 minutes. So when a speaker reads speaking 5 minutes, I'll show this green card to him. And when he reads 6 minutes, I'll show this yellow card to him. And when he reads 7 minutes, I'll keep hanging this card till he finishes his speech. And the same goes for table topic as well. Every table topic speakers are allotted to talk at least for 1 minute and at max of 2 minutes. So when a speaker finishes speaking for 1 minute, I'll show him this green card. When a speaker finished talking for 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll show this yellow card. When the speaker finished talking for 2 minutes, I'll hang this red card till he finishes his speech. And for evaluator, every evaluator is encouraged to deliver their evaluation at least for 2 minutes and at max of 3 minutes. So when an evaluator reaches 2 minutes, I'll show this green card. When the evaluator reaches 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll show this yellow card. And when the evaluator reads 3 minutes, I'll show this red card to him till he finishes his speech. This was all from my side for the moment. I'll get back again when the general evaluator calls me back. So wish you all the very best. Good luck to everyone. Over to you, Sir General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusra, for your wonderful explanation. And my pre-nomination says that this is the time for me to hand over the session to our Toastmaster of the day. So I'd like to end it here from me and my team, and would like to come back again at the end of the meeting with the detailed report. Now it's time to hand over this virtual stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for your wonderful description. Already I said he is the General Evaluator and who will come to the stage with his team, and you get some instruction, some suggestions, some improvement criteria which will bring yourself to next level. Now time to go our first session, and this session is prepared session. Prepared speech session. Our prepared speakers will come to this platform and they will deliver their speech depending on their pathway, project and level. So because of that, I would like to call our first prepared speaker. But before calling to our first prepared speaker, I would like to call his evaluator, who is change maker, who is very enthusiastic leader, passionate public speaker, VP member of Bangladesh Your Toastmaster Club, VP Education elect for Dhaka Bangladesh Your Toastmaster Club. With a big round of applause, please welcome our first evaluator, Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusrat.
Thank you, Sir Toastmaster of the day once again, and a very good evening, very good afternoon to everyone. So today, our speaker number 1, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik, is going to deliver his third project, Research and Presenting, from level 1 under the pathway Innovative Planning. For him, his today's speech purpose is to deliver, to learn and review the basic research methodology and deliver a well-researched, well-rehearsed, and well-constructed speech. As his speaker for the day, I'll keep note on a few things, how he modulates his vocal throughout the speech, how is his fluency works, as he demands to keep a note on that, how he managed time throughout the speech, and how well he delivers the speech. So without further ado, I would like to hand over the screen to Toastmaster of the day. But before that, I would like to wish all the very best to my speaker. Sir, go and kill it, because I know you can do it. All the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Evaluator, for your wonderful description about the pathway, about level, about everything about our first prepared speaker. Now I would like to call our first prepared speaker, who is excessive SDLC skill in system analysis, planning, design, test planning and execution, integration and deployment. training supervisory. He possesses 90 plus years of experience as IT solution designer, now the head of technology of Dent. He is certified Scrum professional, that means CSP. With a big round of applause, please welcome our first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Debashish Phomik. Hooked, hooked, Toastmaster Debashish Phomik.
Thank you. One Thursday night, our CEO suddenly called me and asked me to meet UNCDA program manager next morning. UNCDA were going to start a huge project in Bangladesh and didn't want to be the implementer. Now they are in need of an urgent software for the seminar going to happen within next 3 days. So my meeting is very crucial to create an impression so that we get that huge project. I was puzzled whole night with the responsibility. Can any software be developed within so short time? Many people think software is developed overnight. One of my previous boss thought software does not need to be built. Everything is available in Google. He was very upset with us. Why do we take so much time to build a software? We were building a sales automation software for his field workforce. He had lots of dream with the application. He explained us all his ideas. Next day, he changed all his ideas. In between changing his ideas, if he got some time, he asked us, is the software ready? He made the whole team demotivated, and that time, employee turnover rate was more than 50%. Anyway, next morning I met UNCDA program manager Rajiv Gupta. He was actually looking for a meeting interactive software so that people who are introvert can ask questions by writing in between seminar. I made him understand it is not possible to create such an application within so short time. Instead, we can purchase same service. Next couple of days, I worked hard and found one matched with our requirements. Rajiv was very happy and told me, Dave, you need to present the system in front of the audience to show the users clearly. I told him there are very good presenters than me in our company. He strongly said, Dave, there will be always someone better than you. Will you always give your place and stand behind? I will never forget this lesson. I presented that application in front of his high officials from government, fintech, banks, and donor organizations. Everyone appreciated the system. The response was awesome, and few days later, Rajiv came to our office with a certificate of appreciation for helping them and thanked me in front of chairman, CXOs, and most importantly, in front of my demotivated team. Dear Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, good afternoon, and thank you for listening my story attentively. I got very overwhelmed by the appreciation from Rajiv. Timer thought for her through listening me very attentively. Concurrently, I got very curious. What was the underlying pattern of my service that hooked Rajiv, but not my previous boss? Then I found the book Hooked, where author Neil Ayal reveals how successful companies create products people can't put down. He emphasized how to build habit-forming products. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, habit matters. If customer is habituated with your product, you are a rich man. Habits give you greater pricing flexibility. Once people have a habit, they are less likely to notice a small pricing change. Habits supercharge growth. You have to build a product that is used frequently enough that customers insist their friends to use it, like we insist others to use Zoom. So friends, the rules for designing great products and services is not to watch people's mouth, but to watch their feet, means what they do. Hooked is based on Ayal's Years of research, consulting, and practical experiences. Winner of Best Marketing Book in 800 SEO Read Business Book Awards 2014. The hook cycle consists of 4 stages. First one is trigger. In order to engage a consumer, you need a trigger. The internal trigger comes inside you. When you feel bored, you open up Facebook. External trigger may form from advertisements. The idea is to employ an external triggers that eventually form habits so that future consumer engagement is prompted by internal triggers. For example, our girls have seen so much Fair and Lovely advertisement that the using has become their habit. Nowadays, we are also seeing in advertisement that bodybuilders are using Fair and Lovely men. Not sure it has become also a habit already or not. Toastmasters Sheikh Shadi and Saidul Rahman might let us know about it. Stage 2 is action and stage 3 is reward. Click the link of Facebook is the action and check out the friends having fun makes you happy in the reward for you. To make your product popular, the action need to be delightful and simple as possible. Remember, doing something out of habit means doing it without even thinking. So the action here needs to be easier than thinking in order to form a habit. Number 4 is investment. Make your consumers work a little and store value in your product. Actually, we value our own work much more than it's actually worth. Remember the IKEA furniture that we buy in parts and assemble by ourselves. We like it much more than it deserves simply because we have poured our very own sweat and tears to build it. After knowing about that 4 stages, I understood why Rajiv's meeting software gave me appreciation while my boss's sales software became reason of high turnover. In Rajiv's one, trigger was the interest and curiosity of introvert users. It was simple in action, had self and hunt rewards. I and users felt ownership as we invested time. In Bosses one, there is no trigger for the sales workers. They were forced to use it. It had complex and multi-action, had no reward at all. We had invested no time. All was his ideas. Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, these companies are all master of hook model. You will think 1,000 times before you delete your Facebook account where you have invested years. The hook model is all too powerful. The question is how we will harness its power. Thank you all. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Devashik Bhumik, for a wonderful, really wonderful, informative speech. And you delivered a message. Only not women are using Fan Lovely, man like bodybuilder like us, they are also using Fan Lovely. We got this information from you at first. So big round of applause for you. So that's the time to call our second prepared speaker. But before calling to him, I would like to call his evaluator, who is business coach and digital influencer, and who has a dream, and his dream is to bring our local businessman to international level as a successful businessman. With a big round of applause, please welcome our second evaluator, MD Sheikh Sadi. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, for a wonderful, really wonderful description. Toastmaster MD Jahidur Rahman. The purpose of this project is for the Jahidur Rahman to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. He will complete his first speech in Toastmaster today. As an evaluator, my goal of the evaluation is to give to him an effective evaluation of his speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, choose to use only the notes section and note the numerical score. Please timer, take the note. Time of this speech will be 4 to 6 minutes. And his speech title is Silence Breaker. Silence Breaker. I wish you all the very best, and I am expecting a very good speech from him, and he is very enthusiastic person. With that note, best of luck to Toastmaster MD Jaidur Rahman. Thank you very much, second evaluator, for your wonderful description about the project. So now I would like to call our second prepared speaker. He is successful, professional, enthusiastic person and eager to learn. And he is going to his first ice-breaking speech. With a big round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster MD Jaidur Rahman, Silence Breaker. Silence Breaker, Toastmaster MD Jaidur Rahman.
Am I audible?
You are audible. You are audible and visible.
Please don't expect smiling face from me. Honestly speaking, you the people are responsible for that, not me. Because as audience, you always search negative news, and to satisfy so-called public interest, full-time journalists like me, we have to deal with whole time bad information and criminal news. Instant following negative news made us have a panic. Yes, fellow Toastmasters, I hope you are fine at your end and safe from COVID-19. This is Zahidur Rahman, working in Mastanga Television, the channel oftenly talked linking with the brutal murder of Sagar Sarwar and Meherinduni couple. Sagar Bhai was an excellent news editor for Masranga years before my joining. This is my third station. I start off with Ekushi Television, the country's first private channel. And then I worked for Shoma Television, the 24/7 news channel in Bangladesh. For your kind information, you know, about 4,000 police personnel have been tested positive in COVID-19. My deepest condolence and prayers for them. Alongside with health workers, all the member of security teams are blessed with number of facilities like funds, life insurance, treatment from dedicated hospitals. But what for journalists? Intensive care, intensive, far away. Prime Minister says, thanks to you, and we replied, welcome, ma'am. But nearly 400 media workers now living with corona infection. It is a huge number for a small community, but struggling with abduction, and so for few, arranging a meal for the family is challenging. I'm grateful for I get my salary as well as before. Is my talking sound political? Please respond. Am I sounding political? Please just respond to my question. Please give me feedback.
Really not.
Yes.
You are being the truth.
Yes, you might be not for one, for all, your silence rather more political than my voice. According to George Orwell, who coined the term Cold War, and the writer of allegorical novella Animal Farm, he defines journalism is what is printing someone else do not print it. Other side, everything is public relations. If I agree with George Orwell, I cannot define myself as a journalist. And in countries, every house is termed as the PR office. Few of my well-wishers sometimes provoke me just to why I am not, what I'm not leaving the sector of for media, because I have carrying a excellent academic background. I replied, as a journalist, I am not finding any other job in the globe because I know the press can alter the silence from voice. And I do believe if journalism is absent in during the COVID-19 situation, you could find everywhere dead body, because the few organs are now functioning from the nearly broken of health system in Bangladesh because press is active here. From now, I am going to save myself. I have grown and brought in North Bengal, and I have some keen interest in academia. Now I am, beside job, I am involved with a research team with Professor William Paul Simmons, University of Arizona, USA, and I am engaged with social activities. I am the publication secretary of Russia Division Journalists Association, and I would like to finish with sharing my personal and interesting and influential stories. I have about to die in my childhood before 10 by drowning in the pond 1, 2, and 3 times, but every time I have survived. But interestingly, in class 5, I achieved a reward from swimming. So I do believe I can turn back and defend the yellow journalism and happy with bright all of smiling. Thanks for everything.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, MD Jaidur Rahman, for your wonderful speech, and you bring the lot of truth in there, and you engage the audience by your speech. That is really, really, really informative and wonderful speech. So big round of applause for that. As a icebreaker speech, you expecting from us the standing aviation. So what can we do? We can make it visual. We can make it visual also, and we are going to clap. From standing clap for the eyes. Okay. Now we are going to call our third prepared speaker. But before calling to him, we are going to call his evaluator, who will present our third prepared speaker's level, project, pathways, everything, and project details. He is champion speaker, he is successful professional, passionate reader. With a big round of applause, please welcome our third evaluator, Anwar Muhammad Hussain. Anwar Muhammad Hussain.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for your nice introduction of myself. I will evaluate today's third speaker, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, and today's project is project 3 of level 1 of his pathway presentation mastery, and his project is researching and presenting. The purpose of his project is learn or review basic research method and present a oil research speech on a topic. After his speech, during his speech, I will observe his speech, and after the speech, during my evaluation speech session, I will evaluate how he has organized the speech and how he will deliver the speech. I will also report how he has achieved the purpose of the speech. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, our third evaluator, Toastmaster Anwar M. Hussain, for your really wonderful, informative description about our third prepared speaker's speech. Now, I would like to call our third prepared speaker for his unique thought providing energy, creative, and easy to grasp transformative training delivery styles have enthralled his audience of all age groups. Alongside his training, he is known for inspiring and motivating young corporates and students through his charismatic presentation skills. He is a champion speaker, champion writer. With a big round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. Think different. Think different. Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Consider yourself in a golden era of cricket. What should be the years? Definitely during around the years when Bangladesh won first ICC tournament in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And still I can remember the Jafarullah Sharafats and the voices from radio we were waiting. And that made us crazy about cricket. That was my childhood story. I was very good at cricket playing, especially on Fridays. My parents were a bit, serious about not to allow me to play cricket. So on Friday, early in the morning, my father was very, very conscious that whether I leave the room or not. But what I did, I was very much serious. So early in the morning, without taking breakfast, I used to leave my home. And without taking breakfast, lunch, we used to play whole day. I was very good, bowler, strike bowler of our team, and also good batsman, wicket keeper, a all-rounder. I do have a lot of medals on that. Okay, that made me crazy about cricket. But one thing was really important. While you are out of the serial, so you need to sometime perform a duty of keeping the score. I was bad in keeping the score. What is that? Like watching the game, writing the runs, how many wides, how many no balls, how many overs. So I used to forget the things. That means I wasn't patient enough to observe the things, observe the cricket. Rather, I was really serious about playing cricket. That means I wasn't patient. I was totally, impatient. I didn't have that much patience. That happens in my classroom as well. I wasn't good as student because I used to forget the things. I pretended that I was listening my teacher in classroom. But what happened after the class or during the class when teachers asked any kind of questions, I wasn't able to answer because I wasn't a good listener. I had problems. I had problems regarding my patience and listening. And that hampered me in my personal career. How? Because if you want to become successful in your career, you need to have certain skills. And one study was conducted by Harvard University and Stanford Research Center that 85% of your career success depends on your soft skill, and only 15% is on your technical skills. And communication skill is considered the mother of all soft skills. And our research says that 80% of problems in the workplace related to communication. And 70% of all communication is misunderstood, misinterpreted, rejected, distorted due to poor listening. And I was really poor in listening. Mark Twain says the wonderful saying that is, if you were supposed to talk more than listen, we would have been given 2 mouths, 1 ear. But what do we have? We do have 2 ears and 1 mouth. But we do the opposite of that. We say a lot. We do not listen. And that hampers our career because while talking to boss, you need to be active listener, responsive listener. There are certain ways how can you be active listener. One, wonderful philosopher and business coach. His name was Jimmy Hudgel. He talks about 3 modes of effective listening. And number 1 is attentive listening. Number 2 is responsive listening. Number 3, active listening. What is attentive listening? Let me give you an example. Like my first job interview, before the job interview, I received a phone call. I was in a crowded place. It was really hard for me to understand the opponent. That lady who phoned me from that university. So what I did, I just bent down like a lower place, in a silent place. I was trying to go and listen to understand her, what she was talking about, because I needed some information, the date of the interview, time, venue, how can I reach there. There are certain safety security issues I needed to note down. That means I was serious about that listening, that information. That is called attentive listening. And to do so, I had to go somewhere where I can listen to the speaker. And that helped me to be a good attentive listener. So that is kind of attentive listening. And responsive listening, while I communicate with my boss in my boss's table. So when boss says something funny, if I do not smile, I do have all the chances to lose my job. So you need to smile, you need to laugh when boss says any jokes. So that is a kind of responsive listening. You need to nod your heads. You need to say yes, okay, uttering certain words while listening. Even if you communicate with your girlfriend over the phone, and if you do not make this kind of sounds, okay, yes, baby, okay, fine, yes, I'm listening. If you cannot make this kind of sounds, that will create problem, because your girlfriend will think, okay, you are busy with Facebook and other things while talking. So be careful about while communicating with your opponent, making this kind of sound. Last one, active listening. What is that? You need to paraphrase, you need to give feedback regarding safety and other issues. Like when I received my first interview call and over the phone, after her conversation, I made sure, okay, ma'am, you are talking about, okay, this is this university, so I need to be there within 3 p.m., right? So you are going to have my interview, right? So these are the things. I'm in paraphrasing, stating the whole things in your own words. That is called paraphrasing. So that is also part of listening. So this is overall attentive listening, responsive listening, active listening. If you are a good speaker, you can be successful in your communication. Once you're a good communicator, you can successful in your career as per the study. Now the question is how Toastmasters meeting can help us to be good listener, because my goal is to think differently. What happens in our Toastmasters role? There are certain roles, the vibrant role. When I publish an agenda, the speaker's roles are taken so quickly. What happens with the counter, with the timekeeper, I mean timer, and grammarian? These are the roles that people do not want to take. Rather, they want to take the speaker's role. They want to take Toastmaster of the day roles. They want to take general evaluator, because these are the big roles. But what about the minor roles? Counter, list, I mean timer, grammarian. These are the roles. Today, counter is listening to me carefully, that how many times I make this kind of unnecessary sounds. And today grammarian is listening to me how many times I use the good words of that, good words, good sentences, good quotes, and also how many times I do mistake, and the time she is careful to keep my timing record. When, and my evaluator, he is also listening to me and finding out the ways to give me feedback so that I can take my this speech to next level. That means these roles are helping the role takers to develop their listening skills, to develop their attentive listening skills, responsive, and finally, how can they give feedback? That means active listening skills. So these are the marginalized roles in Toastmasters meeting, but very effective, very efficient if you want to become successful in your career. So if you take these roles make you a good listener, active listener, responsive listener. It means good communicator. Once you are a good communicator with this listening skill, with 70% of your whole communication, 80% of your workplace problem can be solved with this listening skills. So in future, if you want to become successful, take these roles more and more and become successful in your personal and professional life as well. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, for your really wonderful, informative, and excellent speech. From that speech also you can learn the pattern of the Toastmaster. In our Toastmaster meeting, we can see a lot of people are there. They want to take the Toastmaster of the day role like me and the general evaluator role like Jamaluddin Jami. They don't want to take the role of grammarian, timer, counter. But when you take this role, you can communicate, you can listen properly, then your communication style will be strong and it can be a efficient communicator. What say Jamaluddin Jami in his speech? So big round of applause for Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami for his really wonderful speech. Now time to call our last prepared speaker. But before calling to him, I would like to call his evaluator, who will present his speech details, project, level, pathways, everything. Who is wonderful, really wonderful public speaker, passionate leader, passionate reader. With a big round of applause, please welcome our Jabin Nusrat.
Thank you, sir, Toastmaster of the Day, for one more time, and a very good evening to everyone. Today, our speaker number 4, Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar, is going to deliver his second project, Evaluation and Feedback, from level 1 under the Pathway Motivational Strategies. In Toastmasters, we nurture a culture that is improvement. And how we improve? We improve from our mistakes. And who denotes the mistakes and who talks about our improvement is none other than our evaluators. And every Toastmasters journey follows this evaluation. Today, our speaker will start this journey with this project, Evaluation and Feedback. This entire project consists 3 tasks. For first to project, he is gonna deliver a speech. Then he will receive some feedbacks. Then in the following speech, he will incorporate all those evaluation in that speech and deliver the speech. And third, he will also evaluate someone. So this is a journey for this project. Today, our speaker number 4 is gonna start that journey with his speech 1. So as his evaluator, I'll keep note on few things: how enthusiastically he delivers the speech, how timely he managed to deliver the speech, and how well constructed the speech is. And at the end of his speech, I'll deliver an evaluation, and this evaluation he will be incorporating in his following speech, and he will deliver that speech to complete this project. So without further ado, I would like to wish all the very best to our speaker number 4 and hand over the screen to our Toastmaster of the Day. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, our evaluator, Toastmaster Mehejabi Nosat, for your really wonderful, informative description about the speech details of Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar. Thank you very much for that. Now, I would like to call our 4th prepared speaker, who is Chief Executive Officer of EFORT Bangladesh and Hayat Chin Petrochemical Industries Limited, corporate trainer, successful entrepreneur, passionate public speaker, writer. With a big round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Alam Kausar, the reality, the best director of life. The reality, the best director of life. Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love or enjoy watching a movie? Either you do or not. I do love. Do you find any similarity between a movie and your life? If yes, it's great. If not, let's see. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guests of today's meeting, good afternoon. Let's have a look into a movie brought to you by your kind and impartial judgment. What we'll get if we go into a movie? We'll get nothing but some characters along with the protagonist or the hero of the movie, performing their actions as required for the story of the movie. Beside it, we'll find a group of people behind the screen, like a scriptwriter, director, and many other people who make the story and movie successful. Do you think, and what do you think? Do you think anything like this in your life? My friend, the same thing I could make out in my life has happened to a movie. I have a director. My director is my reality, assigned by the Almighty Creator, who has taken the role of my scriptwriter, having written my story with a very fantastic and very challenging past, balancing present and the future with a dream. I think you would agree with me. Love and romance are the part and parcel of a movie. Do you fall in love like a protagonist of a movie? Yes, it's happened to me. Someone pretty cool fell in love with me. She trusts me. She would love me. She would pray for me and she cheers for me. But my reality pushed me forward, skipping all this love and romance in my life. So my fellow friend, I can confirm you that I didn't have any love and romance in the story of my life. And one more thing, I couldn't make it out. I couldn't make it out why it happened in my life. Trust me, I didn't have any control over it because all these were the property of my evaluators. Every movie presents some responsibility and accountability to the family and the society. Like a protagonist of a typical movie, I was an obedient and responsible son of kind parents. I got experience the coughing of my mother, father, and my elder brother on my shoulder. And I buried them in the grave on my own hand. My reality offered me to have a real test of a tragic experience and let me go lamented like a Super Saiyan character. So my friends, I think you won't get any sort of humor in this story of my life because my reality never allows me any clown in my story to make a funny episode in the story of my life. On the other hand, I have never been allowed to be a humorist. A story of every movie belongs to a structure with its beginning, middle, and ending. I think you were aware of this structure of the movie's plot. In my story, I have discovered a structure with a strong middle, where my scriptwriter has allowed me to incorporate my dream with my reality. My reality has engaged all my competence as a central power to my success. Determining the gaps between my aspiration and achievement to make the journey closer. To do so, reality included the commitments, knowledge, strength, weakness, opportunities, threats, challenges, to find out the right path to my dream. The reality always helps me to empower to fight against all the obstacles and barriers in my life. Do you know why? Because my reality always desires the true hero to be the winner. The reality has made me a winner in some extent, and becoming a winner, I'm enjoying a role as a boss of a corporate community, inspirational, also a chance maker, dreamer, a motivational speaker, a richer, or finally a Toastmaster. Have you ever paid to hate to your inner words of your mind? Please, my friend, listen to them. They are the knowledge, thoughts, and competence you achieved all through your journey of your life to break the hurdles on way to your dream. The reality combines these things all together for you to move forward. To move forward to be a history, not the phase of the history book. But what we do? We usually act as a tool of others' fortune and leaving our potential undiscovered. So my friend, please discover the intention of your reality and enjoy the gift brought to you by your mentor, your director, called reality. Please, trust me. Please, friend, trust me. This is the best gift for you from your almighty creator. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar, for your really wonderful speech. That's the premonition. Premonition, that's the sixth sense. We are getting the information which can change our life and how we can make our life very successful, happy, and all of things we can get it from this speech. So thank you very much for your wonderful speech, Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar. All of my Toastmaster, are you feeling lethargic? Are you feeling lethargic?
No.
No.
So fix yourself with me. Do some exercise. Okay. We can start our exercise by our tongue. Okay. Let's do it together. I want to see all of you. I want to see all of you. Please try with me. Ready? At fast. Do it for 10 seconds. Then right. Then left. Then try to do it. Then 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 now all of you are feeling good because, but do you know about that? Why I did it? Because now I am going to our second session. In this session, you will see some thrill, some magic. A speaker will come to this platform with some magic, with some impromptu speech, and give that speech to all of you, and you will get some thrill, magic, a awesome thing in your life. So because of that, before that, you need some preparation. You have to motivate yourself, and you have to bring some enthusiasm in yourself. So because of that, I did these exercises with all of us. Now time for our table topic speech session, and in this session I would like to call a magic man who will lead this session as a table topic master, who is a very successful trainer. He has training supervisory, database designer. He is IT solution designer, and now the head of technology of DNET. With a big round of applause, please welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Debashish Phomik.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Welcome to the Table Topic Show. The purpose of the Topic Master is to facilitate table topics, where guests and members, everyone will have the opportunity to practice their intro to speaking. So everyone are requested to participate. Maimuddin, can you please mute yourself? Okay, thank you. So guests and members, everyone are requested to participate in this impromptu speaking. I will introduce a topic and call on speakers. We will be given 2 minutes to speak on the subject. So hope everyone is ready. Let me share my presentation. So today's theme is best version of you is waiting for you to try. Are you ready? All my speech topics will be the actions that could help you become the best version of yourself. So there are 6 topics. So we will be the first to choose a topic. Anyone will be the first volunteer to choose its topic? Please raise your hand or speak out. Alum Kausar, Toastmaster Alum Kausar. Yes, please unmute yourself. Sir, which number of topic would you like to choose from 1 to 6?
The last one.
6.
Always, yes.
Okay. So here is your topic.
Yes.
Stop pretending to know things you don't know. You will never learn anything if you pretend to already know everything.
Stop pretending to know things you don't know. You will never learn anything.
Clear, sir?
Yes.
Okay. You can start now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, table topic master. And I got the questions to deliver my speech and impromptu speech. Yes. I think knowledge. Knowledge is a matter to know. If we know something, we can move forward with knowledge. Just to connect this matter, I want to share news. Just simple story. Think. Just in front of you, there is a jungle. You don't know. And it's getting darker. I mean, evening is very close. And just you have to go and you have to cross the forest. And I think you don't know actually what is waiting for you over there. You don't know. But now you are just gaining some courage. Either you go or not, because you don't have any knowledge about the forest. Actually, what is happening inside it, the forest. But suddenly, you saw someone with some cows just trying to move across the forest to pass away the forest. And he went, I think he may go very smoothly because he knows everything about the forest. He knows the risks and threats of the forest because he is very used to make a journey along and through the forest. Why I'm stuck, why you and me stuck just at the corner of the forest? Because I don't have knowledge. Maybe with this knowledge or without knowledge, if I start go along the forest, I go through the forest over another part of the forest. So what may happen? It may happen that I keep roaming about the forest. This is the way, because if sometimes in our life, without knowledge, without gaining knowledge, without having the proper background knowledge, we may try to engage ourselves to be a knowledgeable person. And sometimes all the rakes get together and enter our life and make our life very complicated. And that is why we should not pretend anything like this about the knowledge. And we should maintain the good level of knowledge to maintain our good life. Thank you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much for your nice speech. Let's have a clap for him. So who will be the next? All of our today's topic will be the actions that could help you to become the best version of yourself. It is related to today's theme. Yes, Mejamin Nusrat, please unmute yourself and choose a topic between 1 to 5.
1.
1. Just show up where you have no prior experience. Is this clear? Okay. So you can start now. Thank you.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster, Sir Table Topic Master, and distinguished guest. So my topic is show up where you have no prior experience. Imagine if you had to live in this earth for twice, and you live the same life. Or not hypothetically, just for instance, take this day out, and what you did throughout this day, would you like to repeat the same thing for your next day and the following days? I'm sure none of you will, because we all will get bored repeating the same thing. I might have done something today, but if I continue doing the same thing in the next day, how can I get myself better? So to get ourselves better, we need to adapt new experiences. And to adapt new experiences, we have to keep on trying new things. Like in my case, I would like to share one of my personal things. My academy covers traditional marketing stuff. But if I keep holding on to this, the era I'm living in, it is a digital era. So I might get vanished in this whole thing. So I never knew what is this digital marketing and other stuff. So I always being afraid that no, I'll not do this and I'll not try my hands at this, because all these technical jargons like SEO, social media marketing and stuff, all this thing seems new to me. And then one fine night, I decided, no, if I keep reading the same thing like market segmentation, penetration and stuff, then I might get stuck where I am right now, and I'll have the same life like my successor had. If I need to do something beyond my border, then I have to keep trying on new things. So I started a new journey and pushing myself every day. Then again, I can talk about another example. Like I am a Bangla medium student. And if I keep holding on to that, no, I'm a Bengali, I will not practice another language, I will be a monolingual nation, then I'll get vanished too. So it's better to experience something new, which I never had. So the message I want to deliver to all of you is experience or get yourself into something new, which you never tried before. Challenge yourself. It will help you to explore better self of yours, and you will be someone new at the down the line. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Mejamin Nusrat. It was great speaking with your personal experience. You have elaborately. So who will be the next? Any more volunteer? Please raise your hand.
I can take.
Okay. Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. You can choose from 2 to 5.
3.
3. Okay. Here is your topic. Recognize that the best version of yourself should be your vision, not anybody's else. Only your vision, not anybody's else. That can make you best version of you.
Thank you. Thank you to our topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and guest. Good afternoon once again. I do not agree the motion. Rather, I would like to take it as a challenge because I do believe I can be inspired, motivated by someone else and what I became because I didn't have from my born. I mean, when I was born, I didn't have everything to prepare myself to have my own vision. Rather, I observed people and created my own. By observing people, that motivated me, inspired me. And today, I'm a career coach. Even I work in a university as a career counselor. So that was motivated by someone else. I used to work with that pure administrative task. And I took myself from there to my today's position because I was inspired when I saw that, okay, this thing is more interesting to work with the students, to work in training and development. Continuously, you can study and you can become a better version of yourself. So I chose this career by seeing others. Same thing happens once I watched a video from YouTube, Robin Sharma's video, that coaching or training industry can make you a better version of yourself. Once I read the book, that leader who has no title, that motivated me to be a leader without a title. That's why I am here today. Even I vision to be someone that wasn't my vision. Rather, I was inspired by these influential personalities to be, even to have this vision, and I have been working with that. So the last message, no matter it is your own vision, no matter it is your own voice, it matters a lot that you follow the echo of others, result of others, doesn't matter. But if you love that, if you can really love that, that can be your own vision for the future. Styles might be different, owner might be different, that doesn't matter. So once you love that, you can go where you want. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mr. Jamaluddin Jami. Speech. On to be next. I think Tarek Khan raised his hand and also Sheikh Shadi raised his hand. Okay, Sheikh Shadi.
I actually did not raise my hand. I actually clapped for Jamaluddin Jami. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, okay. So Toastmaster Sheikh Shadi, you can choose 2, 4, and 5 is yet to be taken. So you can choose among 2, 4, 5.
5.
5. Recognize the opportunity at hand. Now it's easier than ever to learn new skills. How this can make yourself better, or make yourself better version, how this can be related. Is that clear?
Yes.
Oh. So your time starts
Did
now.
you recognize your skill or efficiency? Did you? If you recognized your efficiency, please raise your hand. It's a tough question, right? Yes, I recognize myself, but it took a lot of time. Issue is that in our life we have a limited time edition. But in this period, really, did you recognize what is our skill? We have to work on it. If we didn't recognize, that's the time. Right now, you have to recognize your skill because everything now in your hand. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Life is a platform. We have a limited amount of time in our life. When we took the admission in our school, that time our parents took the admission for us. When we went to the college, they took admission for us. When we think we have to go to the university, Bangladesh Army, or we have to play cricket or anything else, our parents took the decision about us. But why? When we have to recognize about our skill, about our wish, about our efficiency and what I am liking very much to do, when that's the real time. Human has the ability to do everything in their life. When you are the person as a human being, you will find out what is your skill, what is your interest, and what is your efficiency. And when you will work on it, definitely you can be a champion in any sector. And more than that, you will be the happy person, because right now we have a digital platform, we have lot of things, we have YouTube, and we have social media. Now do you know, now social media is not a social media, it's the commercial place where you can get all of things. And if I will go to the Dan Locke, who is the successful trainer, business coach, and corporate trainer of Canada, who said, find out your skill, find out your interest, and work on it, and give your 110% on that. Then you can be a champion speaker, champion successful human being, and at last you will feel something special in your life. With that note, I would like to say, like Martin Luther King, I have a dream. Just you have to find out on it. Over that note, I would like to say, all of my speakers, say with me, I have a dream. Over to you, table topic master.
Fantastic speaking, dear Toastmaster Sheikh Shadi. So with that, we are completing and finishing today's table topic session. I am transferring the mic to our Toastmaster Sheikh Shadi.
Thank you very much, table topic master, for your really wonderful, enthusiastic, and fantastic topics. And you made this session just like a magic or magician, and you bring a lot of topics from your magic box, and always we are just conscious and eager, what topic is coming soon, what topic is coming soon. So really impressive session. So big round of applause for our table topic master. So now time for our evaluation session. That's the last session. In this session, our general evaluator will come to this platform with his fantastic team and evaluate whole of meetings and give some feedback to us, which will bring ourselves advanced level to skill level and develop ourselves. Because of that, I would like to call our general evaluator. With a big round of applause, please welcome successful corporate trainer, successful speaker, mentor, fantastic writer, Toastmaster, Jamaluddin Jami. Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, a bit technical glitch. I couldn't connect. Yeah, thank
No
you very
issues.
much. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, for your wonderful job. Now, next few minutes, I will be a kind of Hitler type of personalities, because the custodian of this part is me, the general evaluator. We'll start with our prepared speech evaluator. Our first prepared speech evaluator is Toastmaster. Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusrat. I would like to invite our first evaluator, Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusrat, to evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Debashish Vomi.
Thank you, Sir General Evaluator, and a very good evening to everyone for one more time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our speaker number 1 on completing his level 1 from his pathway innovative planning. So, this was a journey. If I talk about his today's speech, I enjoyed the entire speech, and it literally got me hooked. The title was hooked, and it literally got me hooked. There are a few things that I would love to comment on about his speech. The very first thing was he was involved in the entire speech, because I noticed him making hand movements throughout the entire speech. The message he wanted us to deliver was, if we prompt Tiger or any product prompt a Tiger into ourselves or a TG, then it will receive a reward, and it will definitely make us invest more. Now let's talk about certain strengths about this speech. The very first thing I loved about this speech is your meaningful gesture, sir. I noticed you denoting that 4 stages with your finger. It definitely paid off very well. The second thing I loved about this speech is your vocal variation. Like, you were confident and calm throughout the entire speech. You were never like less motivated during the whole speech. So altogether, it was a very good speech for me, but this speech could have been great. So if you allow me, then I would love to recommend a few areas to you. Do you agree?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the first thing I would like to see in your next speech is more enthusiasm in your speech. If you try to deliver the speech with more enthusiasm, like you made meaningful body gestures, but what if you had maintained the whole, this body gesture throughout the whole time? It would have helped me to get more connected with you. The second thing I would love to recommend you is, as you asked to keep a note on your vocal variety. So in your next speech, if you can have voice enactment, like in today's speech, you could have expressed that you could have enact that conversation between you and your boss when someone's word made you less motivated and your boss's word made you joy. If you could have expressed that with your voice, it would have paid off well for you. Altogether, the strengths you had in your speech is meaningful hand gesture and confident throughout the speech. The recommendation I'm leaving you with: be more enthusiastic while delivering the speech and try voice enactment. Having said that, it was a great speech altogether. Best of luck for your next project, sir. Over to you, Subgeneral Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bezabin Nusrat, for your wonderful evaluation. I would like to add with our first evaluator, to our first speaker, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik. Though you were sharing your personal stories, but it felt to me that you were reading from the screen, though you didn't. But I mean, lack of your proper expressions, gesture, smiling face, because you are sharing your stories from your own. That means you are creating your stories and you are sharing, but it felt that your eyes were like in the screen. Rather, you could just express in a way that it is natural, it's coming from your inside. You can have in future. Thank you very much. Our second speaker was Toastmaster MD Zahidur Rahman, and his evaluator was Toastmaster MD Sheikh Sadiq. And Zahidur Rahman was the speaker. He gave his speech as an icebreaker speech. So Toastmaster Sheikh Sadiq to evaluate our icebreaker speaker.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. We are watching criminal news and negative news by different channels every day. We knew about Shagoruni. They were very efficient, but we lost them. Huge number of police has been tested by government for COVID-19 coronavirus. But what about journalists? They are also front row fighter like policeman and doctor. Some people deliver their speech from their mind. Some people deliver their speech from their heart, and some people deliver their speech from their experience. But you are Toastmaster MD Jahidur Rahman, deliver a speech from your heart and from your experience. For that reason, I would like to make some claps for you. How a person like you, after his higher education, invests his life, invests his dedication for journalism with enthusiasm and best, we can understand from you. When you came to the platform, you bring a lot of information to hear about our current situation, about a lot of things in there, and you grab the audience by that. And also you ask the question to Toastmaster of the day, and also you gave some information about the Cold War. You also gave some quotes of George Mardell. Because of that, this audience totally got a lot of information from you, and audience hooked with you. You bring the truth message, truth information of today. I liked it most. Second, you ask the question to the audience and also to the Toastmaster of the day. Because of that Toastmaster of the day and our audience feel some connection, attraction, attachment with you. And also you gave some photos of George Model, what he said about the journalism. And as an icebreaker, you are very confident. It was really not like that. I thought it's not like your icebreaker because you delivered your speech as a confident speaker. I like to express some recommendation to you which will bring yourself to next level. At first, your emotional expression. When you delivered your speech, you said about lot of person, special Shaguruni. When you said about Shaguruni, you about said about journalism, then you can make some emotion like that. Why? Suppose you are telling about the Shaguruni, they are very efficient, but we lost them. You can make some emotion attachment in there. And when you deliver the information about the quotas of George model, then you can make your sound little bit higher, then you can make some vocal variation in your speech, then you can get some more connection. Because when you are delivering your speech and you are expressing any quotas of any person, then you can make some sound modulation, then audience can get the real speaker. And also you have to make some meaningful pause, because if you are delivering a speech and between that time you are making some pause, then it will be easy for the audience to dialyze your speech in their mind. And if I will focus on the purpose of your project, the purpose of the project is for the member to introduce himself to the with his speech. But at first time I my recommendation is that in your speech you should give some more information about you and yourself. If I will sum up your speech, you bring the truth of the today and ask the question, you are very confident. Just if you will focus on your emotional experience, vocal variety, meaningful pause, and you have to bring some more information about yourself, definitely you can be a champion speaker. With that note, I would like to say best of luck to you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, for your wonderful evaluation. Now it's time to invite our third evaluator. Our third speaker was Toastmaster M. Jamaluddin. So his evaluator was Toastmaster M. Anwar Hussain. I would like to invite Toastmaster M. Anwar Hussain to evaluate first third speaker's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving me the opportunity to evaluate third speaker. Think different. What is speech? A different speech, level of speech on think different from a speaker of outstanding level. The purpose of this speech, of this project, was to learn or review basic research method and present a gained oil research speech on any topic. It was his third project of first level of pathway presentation mastery. During his speech, the objective was perfectly achieved. The speech started with a nice story from speaker's childhood. The story took the audience to their childhood, to their own childhood. As a result, the audience automatically connected with the speech, some automatically connected with the speech. So they meld themselves with the speaker, and the speaker has made the speech oil research. He had made lots of references of the research and has quote from Mark Twain, had quote from researcher Jamie Hosel, and also displayed a perfect real life example of job interview and also our day-to-day life conversation with girlfriend. All these make the audience clearly understand the importance of listening, and speaker was perfect to clearly convey the message to the audience. If the speaker now I would like to have a simple recommendation for the speaker to take his speech to the next level. That is, there were lots of information in the speech and it was too promptly delivered that sometimes I feel if it were a little bit slow, then it would have been better for me to grasp the speech more easily. So I would recommend to for a slow delivery, and also another I would love to recommend another thing, that is he used a lots of hand gesture, but I failed to see none of them because only his face was visible to the audience. So if for his next speech he can rearrange his sitting and his camera so that his hand gesture is easily visible to the audience. In summary, I would love to say it was well researched, well fabricated, and excellently delivered speech. So you can easily take it to the next level with the suggestions made. Thank you very much, and congratulations to Toastmasters Jamaluddin Jami. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Imtianar Hussain, FCA, for your wonderful evaluation. Now it's time to invite our table topic evaluator, and table topic evaluator was Toastmaster Devashish Bhowmik to evaluate our table topic speaker.
I think another evaluation is remaining. That is Nusrat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry. It's time to invite our fourth speaker's evaluation. Our fourth speaker was Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Mirza bin Nusrat. So I'd like to invite Toastmaster Mirza bin Nusrat to evaluate our fourth speaker's speech.
Thank you, Sir General Evaluator. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So thank you, Sir General Evaluator, and a very big congratulations to our speaker number 4 on completing another project, and which is not actually completion, but starting a new journey. So the very first thing that I would say, sorry, is as this project requires evaluation and feedback to continue the next project, but due to network issue, I was having difficulties listening to him. I just want to know, is this the problem with me only, or everyone had the same thing? Could you hear the speaker?
I also had the same problem.
Yeah, I have also.
Okay, but the very little I could hear from you, sir, it was definitely worth listening to. But unfortunately, due to network issue, we couldn't hear and get the exact message we wanted to deliver. But there are a few things that I noticed in your speech. The very first thing I noticed in your speech was your voice enactment. I must compliment that it was very impressive, because you had voice enactment, like you had, while I was listening to you, I could easily understand that that was a conversation. You had highs and lows and a bit of drama in your voice as well. It definitely paid off well for you. And in your next speech, you can continue with this, sir. The second thing I loved about this speech was your purposeful or meaningful body gestures. I noticed you were involved in the whole speech with your hand movement, and your concentration was to the screen. You were way invested in that speech, and as an audience, it helped me to get more connected with you. Though I was having difficulties listening to you verbally, but your body gesture helped me to get hooked to you. But having said that, you in somewhere in your speech you mentioned that people considers you less humorous. So the recommendation I would love to leave you with, maybe you can try humor in your next speech, as you have voice enactment, body gesture on board. So maybe if you try to make it more humorous, your audience will be boosted to get more hooked and more invested while you are talking. So having said that, all the very best with your next project, sir. Over to you, Sir General Evaluator. Over to you, Sir General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, our fourth evaluator, Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusrat, for your wonderful evaluation. Now it's time to invite our table topic evaluator. He is none other than our Toastmaster Debashish Bhowmik.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, and good evening to all again. Our first speaker was Mohammad Alam Kausar, and his topic was stop pretending to know things you don't know. You will never learn anything if you pretend to already know everything. Recently, we see lots of people who pretend they know everything. They don't understand it is their problem that knowing everything, pretending these types of gesture will not let them learn new things. Toastmaster Alam Kausar, as usual, I also could not listen you clearly. I think it is your speaker problem, not network problem actually, speaker problem. There is some glitch over there. So if you can correct that, it will be very helpful for all and you too. Other than that, the conversation type discussion is very charming and it makes all listeners very engaging. That is, so it seems your speech is very enthusiasm. You talk about the knowledge and you also told about the story and you gave meaningful alignment with this topic. Thank you. Our next speaker was Mehzabin Nusrat. Our topic was just show up where you have no prior experience. So when there is no experience, you need to show up that you can do better. You don't get fear with anything. Mehzabin Nusrat, you give your real life experiences. For example, you are a student of Bangla, but you are doing English speaking with us in the Toastmaster, which is some type out from your circle. You also gave many other personal experiences with SEO and many other things. So your speech was very much aligned with the topic. You gave many examples and your personal experiences. And you also told that if we can do only repeated things, if we keep doing only repeated things, that will make our life bored. You perfectly mentioned these things. I don't find any negative things within this short time in your speech. Very, very well speech, I think. Our third speaker was Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. His topic was recognize that the best version of yourself should be your vision, not anybody else. Best version of yourself should be your vision. Vision should be yours, not others. As usual, you are a very good speaker, Mr. Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. As you have mentioned, you have motivated by many others, like Robin Sharma video inspired you. And no matter whose vision is that, you are always ready to copy that if that is good, if that brings something for you. You aligned the speech with the topic very nicely. So it was on the other side of the speech. It was not with the on the line of the speech. You delivered from the other side of the speech. Still, it was very fantastically you presented and seems like what you are saying is absolutely true and it's really means a lot. So it was a great presentation, Mr. Jamaluddin Jami. Thanks a lot. Our last speaker was Toastmaster Sheikh Shadi. His topic was recognize the opportunity at hand. Now it's easier than ever to learn new skills. So Toastmaster Sheikh Shadi, we have to recognize what opportunity we do have recently you have delivered perfectly. That recently we have all the opportunities in YouTube and Google, which was not the case before. So it is more easier. We have to grab this opportunity and take the advantages of this opportunity as much as we can and make ourselves more skillful. You perfectly go with the topic. And first I thought you are having some hard time to connect the topic, but later you nicely in line with the topic very much with all your enthusiasm speech, your conversational type of speech, and your motivational speech. So thank you everyone. Everyone delivered nicely. It was a nice table topic session with all those great speakers. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Debashish Vomik, for your wonderful evaluation. Thank you. Now it's time for our general evaluation for everything about the whole meeting. Meeting started 10 minutes late, as role takers were not present today, as the subject of arms president, we were waiting for them. So it's better that all the members and role takers are present in the meeting in time, so that meeting can be started on time. And it happened that we couldn't start on time. We started 10 minutes late. Toastmaster of the day, thank you very much. Wonderful way he revealed the theme of the day, then explained the meeting format, and finally introduced the general evaluator with proper introduction. That was splendid, wonderful. General evaluator was well prepared, and he introduced other role takers in a nice way. So we must congratulate the general evaluator for his brilliant role. For the speakers, 40 speakers were, all the speakers were fantastic today. Thank you for the role. And for the evaluation, I do have a very general recommendation for the evaluator. What happens as an evaluator, we do have a chart, like first in the beginning of the evaluation, we should have an intro of the evaluation, then commendation, recommendation, finally a summary. So in commendation, how many commendation you may take, 2 or 3, based on your preparation on that. So make sure that when you give the commendation, there are certain things. What is the commendation? When it happened in the speech. So mention that in the speech when it happened. So what is the commendation and when it happened? For recommendation, what is the recommendation? Why it is important? And finally, how? So if you demonstrate, that gives, that helps the speaker more to understand and in future to follow that. So what is that recommendation? Why is that important? And finally, how that can be performed? And finally, a summary. And for the speaker, keep in mind one thing, that what is the ultimate message that goes for everyone, for prepared speakers and for the table topic speakers as well. Like, what is the message? What is the one sentence message? 6 to 10 word message of your speech that should be read out at the end of the speech. So if it is there, that means you do have a well prepared speech. And I did the mistake first. I need to invite the grammarian with his grammarian report. Grammarian Toastmaster Tarek Khan.
Yeah. Thank you, dear Toastmaster. So today's word day was premonition, which means intuition, hunch, and sixth sense. Only 2 Toastmasters have used the word. Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, congratulations. Toastmaster Mohammed Sheikh Sadi. And maybe some of the Toastmasters also have used due to network problem. I could hear them well. Improper grammatical uses, suggestions for improvement. Some of the speakers used one of my boss, and it should be one of my bosses. And maybe our previous meetings were held in the evening. That is why many of the speakers treat it as good evening. It should be, though it's not a grammatical mistake, decided to mention. And the speakers used listening than the rest of the sentence, but it should be listening to. And one of the speakers have motivate by the correct sentence can be have been motivated by. And another improper use was more easier. The two comparative have been used to more easier. It should easier. And many people actually used many quotes, thoughts, words, sayings, but I could not note them well due to the network problem. Some of the words and quotations and lines I decided to mention. The Devish Bhumi, he used some interesting and enthusiastic words like awesome, and the table topics were fabulous, especially the number 6 and number 1. I just love the topic selection. Mr. Modi used a quote by Martin Luther King, "I have a dream," which I like most. And Nutmejabin used the word enthusiastic, one of my favorite word. Similar word, Mr. Mohammad Sadi used enthusiasm. So it was all the report from the grammarian to their Toastmaster.
Oh, thank you very much. Nicely explained. And the format should be like this. First, report of word of the day. Second, if we do have any mistakes without mentioning the names. And finally, giving the report of good uses of words with the name, so that encourage our speakers to use good words and codes. Thank you. That should be followed. Thank you very much. Wow, I do have a wonderful team. Let's invite another amazing team member. That is Taposh Roy, the counter of today's meeting.
Thank you, sir. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Thank you. As a part of my responsibility, I have kept track as and pause from prepared speech sessions, which was treated as first sessions. As every presentation was mind-blowing, it's really tough to catch pause and other fillers. So I have only kept track of prepared speech sessions and tabletop sessions. First prepared speaker was Toastmaster Devashish Bhumi. That was mind-blowing presentation indeed. It's really dare to catch any mistakes. But with due respect, I want to denote that he finished his speech with 1 hour and multiple pauses. Second prepared speaker was Toastmaster Amri Jahidur Rahman. I was unable to track his whole speech as there was some fluctuations of internet. However, he finished his speech with 1 hour and 2 more pauses and some unusual expressions. Third prepared speaker was Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami sir. He finished his wonderful speech without any single obligation, as I found. Fourth speaker was Muhammad Alam Kausar. I didn't found any major mistake due to sound was not clear, but I found some fillers and some one more pause. Second session was table topic sessions. First speaker was Muhammad Alam Kausar. That was nice speaking indeed. I was unable to hear as like fast all speech due to some sound problem, but speaking was good. Second speaker was Toastmaster Mehzabi Nusrat. That was amazing speaking without any single mistakes, as I found, and I enjoyed the speaking sessions. Third speaker was Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami sir. That was nice speaking as usual. And finally was Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, and that was amazing without any single mistakes. That's all I found. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Taposh De, the counter. What happens? That's a very specific report of our counter that gives you, that shows more smartness, like name of the particular person or the designator. Like first speaker made 3 hours, 2 arms, and 1 long pause, like this. So good or bad speaker, that should not be talked. Rather, just giving the report. This particular speaker, like Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, made 2 hours, 1 arms, and 3 long pauses. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For everyone to understand in future to submit the counters report. Thank you very much. Now it's time to invite the timer, Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusrat, to submit his timers report.
Thank you, sir, General Evaluator. Let me present the prepared speakers timing report first. Our first prepared speaker was Toastmaster Devashish Bhumi. He took 7 minutes and 3 seconds in delivering his speech. Our second speaker took Toastmaster Zahid took 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Our third speaker, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, took 7 minutes and 47 seconds. Fourth speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Alam Kausar, took 7 minutes and 14 seconds. Now let's talk about the table topic session. There, our first speaker, Toastmaster Alam Kausar, took 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Our second speaker, Toastmaster Nusrat Mihzabin, took 1 minute and 48 seconds. Our third speaker, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, took 1 minute and 54 seconds. Our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, took 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, the last one was evaluation session. There, our first evaluator, Toastmaster Nusrat Mihzabin, took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Our second evaluator, Toastmaster MD Sheikh Sadi, took 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Third evaluator was Toastmaster M. Anwar Hussain. He took 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Our fourth evaluator was Toastmaster Nusrat Mihzabin again. She took 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Devashish Bhumik, took 4 minutes and 55 seconds. This was all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So that was all from all the auxiliary role takers and our evaluators, and I already made the general evaluation overall. Thank you very much. I would like to hand over the session to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for your really wonderful, informative evaluation with a team. So big round of applause for him. So already I said that's the platform where even General Evaluator didn't forgive himself. If he did any mistake, he will present it all of us. So that's the platform where you will get the proper evaluation from evaluator. You will get accounting report, timing report, and grammarian report from all of our team of General Evaluator, and which will bring yourself to next level. So Toastmaster, Bangladesh, your Toastmaster, always we try to give the best version of ourselves to all of you. Then you can transform yourself. So everything is possible in your life. Everything is possible. Just you have to think, I have to do, I have to give my best, I have the way to do something special. And what you did today, don't try to think on that. What you did today, don't try to think about it. Just think on that. Tomorrow I'll give the best than that. Tomorrow I'll give my best than today. Then you can transform yourself with some enthusiasm and fantastic thing, and you can be a successful person, not only for you, for this planet. With this note, I would like to say all of you, everything is possible for you. So don't give up and try to give your best version. Don't wait for it. With that note, I would like to hand over this platform to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Our regular president is here, so I would like to hand over the presiding officer role to our president, Toastmaster Nazrul Islam.
Thank you, presiding officer, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. And I would like to thank also Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sheikh Sadi, for your nice presentation. We have a guest. We want to listen from him. He's Fahimuddin. Fahimuddin, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, I am here.
How do you feel to join our meeting, and what do you think about the Toastmasters? Can you share with me, just?
Yes, I am sharing. First of all, I want to start by saying that my video cannot.
Okay, no problem. You can.
Okay. This is my first day at Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters. I have learned a lot of from here that public speaking, how to deliver a speech, as well as other things. Inshallah, I'll try to join further meeting at Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you, Fahim. We hope we will get you our next meeting that will held on our 27th June at the same time. I would like to thank Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jemi, Vice President Education, and his team to arrange this nice meeting. Announcement. Before going to announcement, I need to share the members. I need to opinion also from the members. Our next meeting is a regular schedule. According to regular schedule, it's come to 27th June, but 28th June is our Saturday. So when we'll arrange our next meeting, 27 or 28? So need the opinion from the members.
27th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regular meeting 27, but our Saturday is 28.
So can we have the, I mean, one meeting, it is 27th or 28th, any day. So it's better on 27 because it is on Saturday, right?
Okay. It is okay. And then our next meeting will be held. It is 3:30 or 7:30?
7:30, so that
7:30.
you can invite more guests.
Yes, 7:30. So our next meeting is 27 June, 7:30.
Yeah. And one more thing, it is important here. We need to circulate that whole things, and we need to really brand it. What didn't happen. So I would like to request our new VP Public Relations, Toastmaster Devashish Bhomik, to take the lead. You can use whoever you want, but this time we need. I mean, definitely we are going to have, as I told you, all the EXCO members, we are going to have a EXCO meeting where you need to present your planning. But this time for this meeting, I would like to request you to take the lead to circulate our all kind of promotional things so that all Toastmasters, I mean, whole Toastmasters community know that, okay, Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters is going to have their anniversary. So we need to do that.
So another thing I want to share, I joined last 2 or 3 starter program on Zoom. I checked that they make the total program is funny, and also they present their some musical instrument singer, and also they take the joke master, and the members are joking whole the program. So it is the most enjoyable. And we already got the Toastmasters International President's message and picture, and also he will give us one video with his speech very within this week. So we want our members, from our members, someone will take the lead as a program coordinator.
Okay, Nuzul bhai, we can discuss it later on. So I'd like to request everyone to finish the poll. So can you vote our best speaker, best table topic speaker, best evaluator, and best role taker?
Okay. Was everyone eligible to vote?
Yes. Right, Nusrat?
No. According to Rushna,
I guess it is our third prepared speaker, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, who took extra time. He talked for 7 minutes and 47 seconds. And our evaluator number 5, I mean, evaluator, he took 4 minutes and 55 seconds. And if we allow table topic for 5 minutes, I mean, table topic evaluation for 5 minutes, then he is eligible. And if it is not, then he is not eligible.
Okay, so table topic is evaluator will not be in the evaluation. Previous speaker Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami will not be eligible to be voted. Okay, so please vote other. Okay, if anyone is second,
Oh,
gets second, so he will be. Yeah.
There is mistake from my end. Our second evaluator took 4 minutes and 4 seconds, and evaluator number 3 took 3 minutes and 31 seconds. So we can balance the 1 second.
Okay, so evaluator 2 will not be eligible to be voted.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have 10 more seconds. Please vote. Thank you. Okay, I'm ending the poll. So the best speaker is Toastmaster Debashish Vomik. Best table topic is second speaker. Who was second speaker?
It was me.
Okay, Nusrat Mezavin. Best evaluator. Yeah, this is our first evaluator, Nusrat Mezavin. Best role taker, table topic master. So I mean, all the awards are going to 2 persons today: Debashish Vomik and Nusrat Mezavin. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. So we are end of the meeting. So before adjourn the meeting, I would like to all the members, please join our next meeting. That was our first anniversary and also the last meeting for this year.
Yeah.
So,
I do have a comment on that. Before we do that, I would like to ask Fahim, our guest. So, what do you think about Toastmasters meeting? Are you planning to join us, or later you will inform our Nusrat?
Okay, I am highly interested in joining next meetings of Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters.
Fine. Thank you very much. And also the other rules and procedures for joining Toastmasters community if you want to really part of this. So Nusrat will inform you if you are interested to join Toastmasters, I mean our club formally. Okay, there is certain international fees and other things, procedures need to be maintained. So thank you very much. We'll have business talk now. So I would like to conclude with you as a guest. Thank you, Fahim, for joining us. We'll talk. Inshallah, we'll
Thank
see
you
in future.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah. Now we may
So
start.
you can stop the recording now, right, Jamal bhai?
Yeah.